Hello and welcome to the brand new sales podcast. This is your host Mostafa hosting Let's Talk Sales with Mostafa. This is episode 0 and the topic for this episode is storytelling in sales. Let me tell you a story. Actually, how many times have you heard this phrase being said to you? But on the other hand, have you ever wondered why someone should tell you a story? Let's break it down. Storytelling is a powerful tool. Why is a powerful tool? Because it creates an emotional bridge that connects you with your audience. And in this case, let's call it your potential customer, a prospect that you are talking to. What a storytelling is not. Actually, storytelling is not listing features and benefits because anyone can read those on your most probably brochure. A storytelling is painting a vivid picture of how your product, service, and actually let's call it a solution can solve a challenge that someone is facing. Before we go further, I trust we would love to break down things. So let's break it down to 3 parts. Why, how, and what. So why is why we do it, how is how to make it, and what would be what will we trying to achieve. So let's start with why. Why storytelling is such a powerful tool in sales. With the help of storytelling, you can build a rapport. It means sharing a personal anecdote or an experience or a customer success story that in return will result in building trust. And trust is something you must have once you are talking to another party. Once they trust you, they are ready to listen to you and to understand what do you have to offer to them. Additionally, as said before, storytelling creates an emotional bridge, an emotional connection that makes you memorable, that helps you to stand from the crowd. You want to be remembered when they're going to make a decision what to do, what not to do. By storytelling, you make yourself and your solution memorable. With the storytelling, you can demonstrate a value, how it has helped others that are struggling with the same challenge that your audience is facing. Actually, storytelling does a beautiful job of making a complex issue to something easy, understandable. It means breaking down something which is complex to something which is very much relatable. Again, why do we do a storytelling? Because we want to stand out. This is your differentiating factor. This will help you to stand out. You are not the salesperson who comes and reads from the expect sheet what is on offer, what benefits can they gain. It makes you different. So now that we know why we should do storytelling, we need to understand how to make a good story. In your story, you need to have a relatable protagonist. What does it mean? It should be something that your counterpart can empathize with. They should feel it. They should see themselves in that story. They are the hero of that story. And you are the one who is telling them how it's going to happen. Your story should have a clear conflict, a challenge that is faced. And with your help and your solution, it can be solved. Every good story has a good ending. So try to end your story with a satisfying resolution, a positive outcome, how you and your solution have helped a challenge to be overcome. Last but not least, or let's put it this way, the most important part of your story is the authenticity of your story. It should be believable because people can tell who is faking it. Don't fake it to make it. Make it to make it. Actually, now that we have gone through that why story and storytelling is important, we've learned the basics of how to make a good story. We may want to know what will be achieved once we have done this. In an essence, I can tell you, by storytelling, you increase your chances of closing a deal and building a relationship. And remember, by closing a deal, I do not mean that you will close the deal on the spot, because the whole point of story and storytelling was, first, building the bridge to have the trust. Secondly, it was to make you memorable. And thirdly, be there when the timing is right. That's it for this time. Thank you everyone for taking the time to listen. I was your host, Mostafa, and till next episode, goodbye and take good care of your stories.